You're allowed your coffee.
Oh dear. Well, here we go. Getting into game number 3 of this best of 3 between Snute and MaNa. So, let's get this introductions underway. Spawning in the upper right hand corner, currently tied up in this series 1-1, playing with the red probes. It's MaNa.
And in the southwest corner of the map, as the blue Zerg tied, can he close out this series? It is Liquid Snute.
Okay, so very early probe set here from MaNa once again. We'll of course see that very early hatchery go down for Snute here. And cheeky probe, stealing the minerals there from the Zerg player. So you know what I do? I really like when I'm casting some of these matches, particularly in the early game, when there's not a lot going on, just having a look around and seeing some of the stuff I've never noticed before, like this. Never seen this this monitor with Nova riding a vulture.
Oh.
On the up left side. Just just these weird little things. Supernova Men's Club. Okay. Yeah. It's nice, isn't it? Just these little details that the map creators do put into the maps. Let's see if there's anything else going on. Oh, what's this? No, nothing there.
Gas vent or something.
Yeah. Well, so very standing openings here from both players. The Cybercore does indeed finish up there, so we'll see what tech choice MaNa wants to go into for this third game here against Snute. So it will be a Stargate coming out here for MaNa.
Yeah, standard play.
Standard.
Things are going to chase this probe away as the Zerg takes his third normal time. So, Adept will come. It's just a dance, you know.
Yeah, the Adept shouldn't get too much done in here. I mean, look, 2 queens already waiting at the top of that ramp there. I shouldn't have any problem cleaning this up if he does decide to finish the warping.
Confirms the third, cancels the Adept, Shade. All normal.
Oh, we do see another Adept poking forward here for MaNa.
He actually started a Void Ray. The Void Ray is
a weird choice in PvZ.
Well,
unless you wanna,
okay, so
I mean, unless you expect
you
something
can use that to clear Overlords. So like, it's kind of the defensive alternative to the Phoenix. So standard would be Oracle or Phoenix, but the Void Ray is like, okay, I'm not entirely sure what my Zerg opponent is doing. I want to deny vision, and I want some extra DPS in case there's a Roach or Nidus type play. But this Overlord is moved back already, and as a result, I'm not so sure. Okay, he's still gonna get that Overlord.
Yeah.
Knows exactly what his opponent is thinking.
Well, Twilight Council and a RoboC coming down here once again for MaNa. So we are going to have that triple tech option available for the Protoss player here. Snute, meanwhile, actually supply blocked for the loss of that Overlord.
Yeah.
Will be a little bit of time here. I actually can't build any more units off of these lava. Overlord will just about finish up here in a moment. Roach Warren coming down for Snute.
Okay, this Ling does scout the fast third from the Protoss, and I sort of say fast. It's fast for like. I would not necessarily say this is fast for like a pro Protoss as MaNa, but I guess quick maybe slightly better in that it's. Just means he wants to macro. Oracles are out, and this Void Ray actually has come all the way over. This is really interesting.
A couple of Oracles are going to just push down into the third there and pick up that Queen. Sorry, the third? That's the main.
Somewhere in the Zerg base.
Somewhere blue and purple. Charge is just over halfway down here. We do see the Hydralisk Den coming out now for Snute as
and
well.
The Archon drop will start up.
Binding speed on the way here for Snute as well.
Lings are harassing and not really finding anything. Just
this is
being annoying.
A question that's come up in a few. I think we discussed it last week. If a Phoenix picks up a Binding and it explodes, does it damage the
It
Phoenix?
should still do splash damage to things underneath, but it's not going to like. There's the initial hit damage, and I don't think it actually hits anything. It just does the splash damage. Good micro from the Warper Zone. This Void is going to help shut down this fourth.
And they're willing to get the cancel on the fourth hatchery there, and Snute just going to pull back from that, not going to try and take any further engagements.
He's done a really good job utilizing the maneuverability of the Void Ray over these cliffs, and
I mean, just say Void Ray's very, very good against the armoured type of the roaches as well. What's this that's moving in now on the upper left side? Is it the two oracles again? Yes, they will manage to pick up a few more drones there. And, my chair is sinking.
he does lose an Oracle, which is unfortunate, but
So actually both players are going to be opting for a very similar style to last game. Lurkaden on the way here for Snute. Storm has already started up for Liquid MaNa ahead of this as well. And is MaNa aware of the Lurkaden? Has he seen it? No.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay. So the Lurkaden hasn't been scouted by MaNa, but it looks like he's kind of expecting that already.
yeah, it's one of those things that should be happening in a normal progression, and Snute is that kind of standard macro in a sense. So, like, against Snute, I feel like it's better to infer that he will transition and he will have what you expect at that time, or even earlier. Stasis wards have gone down at the third to kind of deal with any Ling run by, and gonna. Okay, it's just moving his units around. Okay, there he's taking his fourth now.
Yeah, we do see a little bit of a counter attack on the. Say counter attack, a little bit of a harass on the upper left side there. Just a few zealots running in there, managing to pick off what six drones.
Yeah, looks like it.
Just not too bad.
Lurkers are morphing on the high ground, and the rocks are being attacked. I'm not sure what. He must have seen something. I just don't know what he saw. Anyways, he split his army nicely to engage this. Storm does go down, and Snute is going to say this is too well defended and find another angle. There is a Void Ray and Stasis wards at the third.
Will will trigger that void prison there. With those lings, they're not going to catch anything too high value from Snute with those. But a counter attack here from MaNa, and it is a counter attack this time. And these zealots are just going to charge forward, see if they can get any damage done on the upper left-hand side here. But Snute indeed will go back his army and clean that up, no problem at all. Meanwhile, a small counter attack of his own into the third of MaNa. And again, nice storms will just push back these roaches. Who will once again...
Main force of the Zerg is swinging around to the 4th, but we'll have to. Well, actually, no. He's going to keep pushing with a small contingency, and the lurkers at the 3rd have been forced back as well.
I mean, it looks like Snute just wants to stretch MaNa's multitasking ability. I mean, obviously, only a 2 attack here, but
well, that's a cute position on that lurker.
Can a lurker be cute?
It's spiky. That's
well,
question.
Snute actually now taking the 5th hatchery on the upper left hand side, Infestation Pit just finishing up here now for the Zerg player. So we'll see if once again if he wants to go into that hive or if he wants to use that for
good storms and absolutely necessary given how much out of position the rest of his forces were, and they forced the Zerg back. Not killing too much, but wounding pretty much everything.
And we do see Fleet Beacon has finished up now for MaNa. 2 more Stargates are well underway here, the first carrier on the way out, and we do indeed once again see that mothership, although a lot earlier this time from MaNa. So it looks like he wants to go for a bit of a quick push with this kind of higher tech air army.
Another zealot run by at that top base, but with queens in position and excellent transfuses, he did not sustain any major damage. Another zealot run by on the south side, but there is Zerg army. Actually, he outmaneuvered it barely. Okay, well, it's actually not going to do anything. Just kind of stays there.
Oops.
Had it kept going. The lane was open. Zerg is going to come and hit the 3rd. Protoss is mostly on the top side of the 4th, but he has enough there, and Zerg will be forced to retreat.
If I just hide here and say nothing.
Oh, you still found me. Oh, this is awkward.
Oh no, lings! I mean, very sizable armies from these 2 players now, both getting pretty close to maxing out. In fact, as I say that, MaNa does indeed close up the supply there with another carrier.
Wars are moving out to kind of slow any advance from the Protoss.
So again, no Parasite coming out here for Snute. Great Aspire is on the way as well, but he is already maxed out, so we'll see. I mean, he's going to start closing his minerals. 3,000 minerals in the bank here already, and a fair amount of gas to go with that as well. So Snute here can pretty much leave this army and remax on just about anything he wants.
Well, he has spores this time, which will allow him to kind of hold ground against the carriers better.
Oh, well, looks like Snute has pushed up into the 3rd base of MaNa here with super effective roaches. Meanwhile, we'll start to engage on the front as well against the
Not having investors for a fungal is kind of painful. He is going to clear all of these spore collars, so like he's just missing one of the tools he needs to hang on to this.
Interesting. Considering the tech lead he's got, and the gas and the bank that he has, he actually put all of his lava into lings.
Huh. I guess he feels that he can't stop this and needs to counterattack. I don't know about that.
No, but I mean, he's really indecisive. The Ling's just kind of pulling back and forward, not really jumping on top of this army here.
Ooh, those lurkers are running right under the Sky Toss or mothership.
Was that a miss micro, or was he sacrificing them to rebuild something else? I mean, we see
Question.
13 infestors on the production tab now for Snute.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that might have just been a sacrifice of the lurkers
Yeah,
there to rebuild into these
the
infestors.
supply. He decided that's not what he wanted at that stage of the game.
I mean, it's to be honest, he's right? So you've got
Yeah.
Protoss here who's very heavily kind of invested into carriers. He's got his mothership out already. Yes, there's a few units on the floor, but they're cloaked by the mothership. And as soon as you bring in that overseer,
And there's a healthy immortal count still.
Yeah.
Um,
so lurkers just aren't going to cut the mustard. And I think that's where infestors is a really good choice. Just great thing with infestors, and certainly since patch 4.0, is these infested terrans. And you can see already, the infested terrans are going to come out, and their air attacks are incredible.
Lings did try, or Charge Lots did try to get on top of those infestors, but is still okay. There are storms going down on the infested Terran. This is turning into a spellcaster war.
There are 12 infestors still out on the map, and those infested Terran will force MaNa to pull back with this army and rethink what he wants to do from here on out. Liquid Snute actually going for the double expand. Yeah, okay. But we're on the way here again for
He's cleared this lane for himself, where the creep is not, and he's gonna push that lane yet again. The queens are kind of in position. There are lurkers here. Where are the infestors?
I think they're on the... No, that's Lings. Okay.
Okay, there are some down at the bottom. So that is gonna force the Protoss to move to the side a little bit, but he's still gonna push in, and I'm not really sure. I feel like, the Protoss army moves very slow. It has a recall available that he really does not want to use, but he's now encroaching on the primary Zerg tech facilities. Like, he's not there yet, but he can't. Okay, there's a good neuro, and the engagement will start. But there's not a whole lot of Zerg here, and only one neuro going down. I think Protoss got this.
Indeed, we do see the GG there from Snute. So, series going 2-0 in favour of MaNa. They will progress on to the next round. Very well done.